You're watching Meet the Candidates here at Davis Media Access, segments for the November 3rd, 2020 election. During the COVID pandemic, we do not have access to our studios, and so we're recording these candidate statements remotely for offices ranging from school board to Congress. Things may not quite look the same or sound the same as what you're used to in normal times, but we're really committed to giving voters this information and giving candidates this exposure. So joining me now is Connor Gorman, who's running for the newly created District 5 on the Davis City Council. Welcome, Connor.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Let's start with why you are running for Davis City Council.
So I first came to Davis about 7 years ago for grad school, and I've been living in South Davis ever since then. And shortly after I got here, I started becoming involved in labor organizing, which very quickly turned into other forms of organizing. And through that, I began attending city council meetings. In particular, I was working with Indigenous community members to push the city to move their banking services away from Wells Fargo in solidarity with the opposition to the Dakota Access Pipeline. And from there, I started attending city council meetings more frequently and started becoming very interested in a lot of the city business, especially around housing and policing. And because of that, when the city switched to district elections, that seemed to really indicate a good opportunity for me to start to get more involved in city politics at the next level by running for city council myself.
Great, thank you. And can you tell us what sets you apart from the other candidates running for this office?
So I have been involved in city politics to a fairly significant degree over the past few years, but have done so from the perspective of a grassroots organizer working with various community groups. And in addition to that, I've also worked with other community groups in Sacramento and on the UC Davis campus. So I believe that I have a good balance of knowledge around internal Davis City Council procedures and the vocabulary and all of those types of necessary components of being on the city council. But I believe I have a good balance of that as well as a connection to the community and the most marginalized in the community. And I believe that I will be able to bring a perspective from my experiences organizing with grassroots groups and marginalized communities at UC Davis as well as in the city.
Okay, and finally, what is one policy area that particularly concerns you or something you're eager to engage with?
One of my primary policy focuses is around restructuring public safety. This is something that has become very big recently, and I'm very glad that a lot of people are coming to learn more about these types of issues and are thinking about ways to restructure the way that we do public safety in our community and the larger region and even the country. This is something that I have been very interested in for quite some time, working around issues of public safety and policing on the campus and in Sacramento and in the city of Davis for several years now. And my hope is that we start transitioning from policing and incarceration to a more holistic and health-based approach. So having a separate Department of Public Safety with its own budget and decision-making processes and culture that's independent of the Davis Police Department, and having that department be responsible for doing things like homelessness outreach and addressing substance use and mental health crises and those types of activities, along with running city shelters and those types of centers that I also believe Davis needs more of. So I would say that that restructuring of public safety and creating this separate department of public safety that really implements these things, as well as starting to redirect funds from the Davis Police to these services, is one of my primary policy objectives.
Great. Thank you so much. You've been watching Meet the Candidates with Connor Gorman running for District 5 on the Davis City Council.